Some love stories begin with fireworks. Others begin quietly, the way rain begins before you even notice it's falling. Ethan Carter never believed in love at first sight. At 28, he believed in schedules, deadlines, and coffee strong enough to keep emotions away. He worked as a freelance architect in New York City, living alone in a small apartment where silence felt safer than hope. On an ordinary autumn morning, Ethan walked into a small cafe on Brooklyn's corner, late, tired, and distracted. That was the morning he met Lily Anderson. Lily stood behind the counter, struggling with a broken coffee machine, her hair tied in a messy bun, frustration written all over her face. "I swear this machine hates me," she muttered. Ethan smiled without thinking. Machines only hate people who don't talk to them nicely. She looked up, surprised, and laughed. That laugh stayed with him long after he left the cafe. Part 2. Small conversations, big feelings. Ethan began visiting the cafe every morning. At first, he told himself it was for the coffee. But soon, it was for Lily. They talked about simple things, music, favorite movies, childhood dreams. Lily wanted to open her own bookstore one day. Ethan wanted to design homes that felt warm, not cold. "Why architecture?" Lily once asked. "Because buildings don't leave," he replied. She didn't laugh this time. Something unspoken passed between them. Weeks turned into months. Their conversations grew longer, deeper. Ethan found himself waiting for mornings just to see her smile. One evening, Lily closed the cafe early. "Walk with me?" she asked softly. Under the city lights, they walked without rushing, hands brushing, hearts racing. That night, Ethan realized something terrifying. He was falling in love. Part 3. The fear of loving. Lily had her own secrets. She had loved once before, deeply, and it had ended badly. Trust did not come easily to her anymore. She liked Ethan, maybe more than she should, but fear whispered warnings in her heart. One night, as rain poured outside, Ethan finally said it. "I like you, Lily. Not just a little, a lot." Silence. Lily looked away. "I'm scared," she admitted. "People leave, promises break." Ethan took a breath. "So do hearts when we don't take chances." She didn't answer. Distance slowly grew between them, not because they didn't care, but because they cared too much. Part 4. Separation. A month later, Ethan got an offer, a major project in Chicago. It was everything he had worked for. On his last day in New York, he went to the cafe. Lily stood there, eyes filled with things she couldn't say. "I'm leaving tomorrow," Ethan said. "I know." He waited, for her to ask him to stay, or to ask to come with him. She didn't. That goodbye was quiet. No hugs, no kisses. Just two people pretending they were strong. When Ethan boarded the train, he felt like he was leaving a part of himself behind. Part 5. Life without each other. Chicago was busy, loud, successful, and empty. Ethan worked non-stop, but at night, loneliness found him. He thought of Lily in small moments, when coffee tasted wrong, when music felt incomplete. Lily, meanwhile, bought a small used bookstore with her savings. It should have been a dream come true. But every shelf reminded her of Ethan. She tried dating. He tried forgetting. Neither succeeded. Part 6. The letter. One winter night, Lily wrote a letter. "I was afraid you would leave. But you left because I was afraid. If love ever gives us another chance, I don't want fear to win again." She never mailed it. Months later, fate intervened. Ethan returned to New York for a project, and walked past Lily's bookstore by accident. The door was open. Their eyes met across the room. Time stopped. Part 7. Truth finally spoken. "I missed you," Lily said, tears falling freely. "I never stopped loving you," Ethan replied. They talked for hours, about mistakes, fears, regrets. "I don't want perfect," Lily whispered. "I just want real." Ethan held her hands. "Then let's be real, together." Part 8. Choosing love. Love didn't suddenly become easy. They argued. They struggled. They learned. But this time, they stayed. Ethan redesigned the bookstore, adding warm light and quiet corners. Lily filled his apartment with life and laughter. They learned that love isn't about never being scared. It's about not running away. Ending. Forever begins quietly. Years later, on a quiet morning, Ethan stood in the same cafe where it all began. Lily sat across from him, smiling. "No broken machines today," she teased. Ethan reached for her hand. "Even if there were," he said, "I'd still stay. Because some love stories don't shout. They last."